Greetings. My name is Susan Mendelson, and I represent a ministry called Kingdom Forward Coaching. This video, number 4, and all our videos are for those who are already following Jesus. Anyone is welcome to watch, but this is who the videos are for. Kingdom Forward Coaching is the no method of evangelism. Our mission at Kingdom Forward Coaching is to support and encourage followers of Jesus to speak freely about God in our everyday lives. It's our hope that you find this encouraging and something you can really do, sharing the love of God from exactly who God made you to be. Whether we are introverts or extroverts, we need to lovingly share the truths about the one true living God so that others discover Him for themselves. So today, I want to go back to something I said I'd share with you in a previous video. We had looked at Moses speaking to the first covenant people in Deuteronomy 6, 6, and 7. I'll give you a second here to open up the word if you'd like to. It's Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 and 7. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. So Moses is first telling the people to keep the commandments of God in their hearts. We keep the things we treasure in our hearts, and that's inward. Then he has them going outward. Teach them to your children. Talk about them when you walk along the way, when you sit at home, when you lie down, and when you get up. Moses is basically telling God's people to treasure the things of God in their hearts and to speak about Him all the time. And if this was the directive to God's first covenant people, then I can't see why it should be any different for God's new covenant people, right? That's us, Jewish believers in Jesus and Gentile believers in Jesus, together in Messiah Jesus, Yeshua, his Hebrew Aramaic name, and for our Messianic family. There is no reason why we should not be doing the same, right? So if God's people are not going to be speaking about Him, tell me, who will? So, I had said to you that I would give a New Testament parallel to the Deuteronomy 6, 6, and 7 passage, and I don't think I did that in the previous video. So let's take a look together at 1 Peter. Today we'll go to 1 Peter 3:15. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So that's 1 Peter 3:15. But in your hearts, honor Messiah the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. So I love looking at these two passages together. I hope you'll see the parallels soon if you haven't already. Moses speaks of keeping the commandments of God in our hearts. Peter is basically saying that we are to keep a separate place, a holy place, meaning set apart place for Jesus in our hearts. That place where we hold people and things that are most important to us. I love that they are both saying this, to keep the commandments of God and Jesus in our hearts, right? And then Moses directs the people to speak at all times. And Peter does something similar, telling us to stand ready to give an account, to be outward, speaking about the things of God and being ready to bring God into the conversation, to give an account for the hope that is within us. And how are we to do that? With gentleness and respect. So Moses and Peter are giving us a parallel directive to keep God and the things of God sacred in our hearts and to be ready to speak about Him all the time. And by the way, picture yourself sharing about Jesus with gentleness and respect. No matter what the other person believes. How do you think that would be received? We need to remember that God knows what each human being that He has brought to the planet, which is all of us, right? That He knows exactly what each of us believes. And you know, He loves each and every one of us, believer and non-believer, exactly the way we are right now. There are behaviors that God does not prefer, but the person themselves, according to the text, He loves them, loves us, believer and non-believer. All you have to do is read John 3:16 to see this. We need to remember that we have a loving God, and we need to be sharing God's truth with all those around us, no matter where they are on their spiritual journey. So, I am wondering how many of you have taken the 21-day God Bless You challenge. Maybe you can restart the challenge wherever you are with it, or continue it. It's 21 days, starting today if you like, 2 times a day. Bring God into the conversation. You can do that by wearing something that identifies your faith, or by saying, God bless you, or can I pray for you? And going back to the clothing for a minute, you can wear a t-shirt with a scripture on it, maybe a hat, maybe you have a piece of jewelry. I have a friend who has a fantastic necklace that says, born again, and I think there's a Jewish star over the eye, maybe? Anyway, she's going to have to help me out with that. But point is, find a piece of jewelry, a piece of clothing that you love, wear that. That'll count for your day. Somebody might ask you about it, or they may just be seeing it, and you will be bringing God into the conversation that way. So clothing, jewelry, all of that is great. You can say God bless you 2 times a day. That counts. That matters. Don't let the enemy tell you it doesn't. Believe me, God will use it. You might feel comfortable asking someone if you can pray for them. And a lot of times I talk about kind of the public square, or, we get customer service people on the phone, but honestly, this also is for everyone around you, your family, coworkers, if that's possible, So ask somebody if you can pray for them if you're comfortable with that. Or you can certainly answer something that somebody's asking you with God in that answer. Something like, how are you today? Well, you could answer something like, I thank God I'm doing well. Or whatever your words are. If you say, fine, well, that makes it pretty temporal, and we miss the opportunity to create an eternal moment. The opportunity to pierce a hole in the darkness. So let's, starting today, or continuing today, to just speak about Him the way the scriptures instruct us to. Don't worry about methods. Remember, we are the no method of evangelism. God can use absolutely everything, and I mean everything that we say about Him for His good purpose. So, keep shining for Him. You can do this. Yes, you can. I know you can. And until the next time, and always, God bless you.